Did the Nike deal come about?
So the Nike deal, and this is when people say that it's who you know. This was really one of those moments. Like I was for real. Like this was really one of the moments where so I'm cool with this one girl named Isabella. She like helps artists with marketing and things like that. But I've been knowing her for years. So I think she was one of the first people to get picked for the commercial. And then they asked her, do you know anybody else in your city that would fit what we're looking for?
Mm-hmm.
So she brought my name up. So I get a DM from her and she's like, hey, like, this agency is looking for somebody for a commercial, whatever. She didn't say it was for Nike. She was like, they just gonna interview you, whatever. So I did the interview and they was like, okay, like, we'll let you know in a couple of days what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So I'm at work. I look at my phone, I get an email, and it was like, Air Max commercial. I said, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I said, I look at it, I'm reading it, and it was like, talking about, it pulled up the date of the interview, last time I did the interview, and like my report and all this stuff, and I was like, okay, and then I'm scrolling again, and I see Nike Air Max, and I'm like, this ain't no Nike, Nike's not coming here to Louisville to shoot no commercial. And then so we had another Zoom call, and that's when it really hit me that it was real, because they was like, we need you to send in all your sizes for the tops, the bottoms, the shoes, the hats. Like, we need all that. They like, send all that in. And then they was like, once we send the clothes, like, just let us know and make sure everything fits, da-da-da. They bringing up the dates that we gonna shoot. And I'm like, oh, like, no, this is for real. Like, y'all are dead ass. Okay. So, like, the shoot was crazy. And then, like, I got to do a song for them. I got to perform at the, they came down here and did, like, a event at the City Girl down here in the Hip and Sports. So I got to perform for that. And they paid me for that stuff, too. It was, like, it was crazy. Because I was, like, I never thought in a million years that I would be advertising for Nike ever in life. Like, that was not on my goals. That was
bingo card.
That was not on the bingo card for 2023. I was like, that was insane.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like a dang. Like, I'm glad I know her.
Yeah.
I'm glad we've been knowing each other, because like she could have said anybody.
Yeah, anybody. Yeah. She thought of you. So like when they sent you, so they just sent you a bunch of like clothes, or was it just like one outfit, or what was it like?
It was like trying to think. It was two different orders. So the first one was like it was like some Air Maxes, and then it was like a bucket hat and like this Nike baseball jersey almost.
Yeah.
And then the second one, it was another pair of Air Maxes. They was white, and then it was like a green hat and it's like a yellow Nike tag or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay. And then once I got to the shoot, it's like they had a stylist there. She actually lives here. I'm trying to think of her name, but it's not at the top of my head right now. But she's cold, like with the clothes.
Yeah.
She's crazy. So they put me in the dressing room. Because I'm like, yeah, they didn't really send me outfits. Like, they sent me pieces almost.
I'm trying to think for Instagram. I think I might know who you're talking about. Is it an Offbeat Soul?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're talking about. Okay.
She was there. And I'm thinking, she's from out of town or something. She's like, no, I live here. I was like, what? No, you don't. You shouldn't live here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was like they sent me like pieces, not outfits. So she was like kind of putting stuff together with the pieces that they had already sent me in. But I got to keep all the clothes. But we made it through. But it was just like the whole day was cold. I think that was probably the worst part about it, is that I was cold.
It was cold
all day. Even like the second shot that we did, it was in a warehouse. There wasn't no heat. So I was cold in there too. Like, it was, yeah. But it was definitely a crazy experience for me. Yeah, it was dope though.
So like when the commercial came out, I think I do remember that. Was it just like an online ad, or did it come on TV? Like
It
how did
was.
they do
I think it was just the online ad, and then they might have played it in like the stores and
the
stuff like
stores and
that.
shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now that's dope. That's something like I think like anybody growing up, like if you get a opportunity to do something with Nike, Adidas,
Yeah.
Reebok, I mean it's just something that's like, bro, like first off it's a commercial.
Right.
Like who doesn't want to be in a commercial for something like that? And then on top of that, it was Nike.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you got to keep the clothes, and you know what I'm saying.
And
it's
they still
like,
send me clothes to this day.
you see what I'm saying?
So
Like,
it's
see, that's something that's dope.
It definitely opened.
That's definitely dope.
It definitely opened a lot of doors. Because even after that, they hit me up for a second commercial. But this time, they just wanted me to make a song for the commercial. Like they didn't need me in it, but they was like, "We want you so bad." They was like, "We like your song so much, the first one, that we want you to make another one, but you don't even got to be in it. Like we just need the song."
Yeah.
But it was crazy because the first commercial, when I gave them the song, they said they played it at the City Girl headquarters or whatever, and they said everybody in the office was singing it for the rest of the day. And then it got up to Nike headquarters, and Nike wanted to use it, but we didn't have the right contract for them to use it. That was tough, but I was like, dang though, like at least it got it got up there.
Yeah.
Got up there to headquarters, like that was
So did you do the song for the second one or?
I did the song for the second one, but that one I think it wasn't even for like a shoe. It was for they did like a donation to 3 basketball teams for high schools, and it was like 3 different states, and they gave them like money and shoes and clothes and things like that. So it was mainly I had to make a song about those 3 high schools.
Okay.
So it was like more of like a promotional
like
type
a promotion thing.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's dope. So now you got a rapport with Nike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I be telling them like, shoot, if y'all need anything else,
any more commercials?
If y'all need anything else, just hit me. Okay. I got y'all.
Okay. Now let's get back to the you performing at Pride.
Yeah.
So is that like city to city, or is that like just like a umbrella that kind of like is over all like the parades or whatever? Like how does that like work? Because you said you're doing indie and
yeah. So basically, I think every state. I mean, it all happens within June, but every state kind of does it on like a different day.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad though, because it allows me to be able to do both of them. But yeah, I think it's like every state, like you can just kind of, as long as it's in June, it's like that's kind of the umbrella. Gotcha. June is like the month for Pride and stuff like that. So if it's in the month of June, it's a Pride. So.
Pride month, yeah, type shit. Okay. Well, I was asking just because it was like, was it like maybe like a committee that was like, hey, we want you to perform here on this day, and then you can do the Louisville on this day?
Oh no, it's separate.
It was separate.
It's like every state's like their own. They got like their own Pride committee, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. That's dope that they both individually reached out. And wanted you to perform. What are those dates?
So the Indiana one's tomorrow.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, I'm headlining that one, and then the one in Louisville is on the 15th.
Okay, you headlining?
Nah, not for that one.
No, I'm saying you headlining the.
The Indiana, yeah.
Indie joint. Nah, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. Have you ever performed in Indie before?
No. Not at all, but I think it's gonna be dope. Yeah. They were showing me videos of like their recap from last year, and it was fat. Like their Pride's different from Louisville Pride because theirs is more focused on the entertainers, whereas Louisville is more focused on like the vendors and food and things like that. So it's like, okay, I might get more reach out in Indiana because y'all are more worried about who's on stage
type shit. So, and I mean Indianapolis is a larger city than Louisville. So, and to go there and be the headliner for that, to being a headliner for anything, but being a headliner for the Pride Festival in Indiana, that's major.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not nothing to like sneeze at or whatever. You know, that's something you definitely can hang your hat on, and then you get to come back home. And who's all? Do you know anybody else that's on the ticket for the one in Louisville?
I'm trying to think of her name, but it's the one girl that I don't care. I love it.
Oh, was it Charlie? I know you're talking about.
I can't think of her name right now.
You talking about that song?
Yeah.
I know. Damn, what's her name? Was it X something Charlie or I know the song you talking about.
It's old. She's headlining.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know, like I feel like every time I go to Louisville Pride, like I feel like for the headliner they have like a pretty like a name that most people would know.
Yeah, type shit. And
I'd be surprised because I'm like, y'all got the budget for that? Like, for me, like that, man, they done had some people down here. I'm like, man, y'all got some money.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like,
yeah.
So
no, that's good. So as far as music.